I bet many of you know the words. There's a beautiful teaching in Jewish tradition that as we make our way home from the synagogue on Shabbat, we carry two angels with us. They're with us just to spend Shabbat with us. And so we invite those angels of peace, messengers of the divine, messenger of all that is good in the world, to join us as we welcome in Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem is on page 24. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good to be here with all of you this Shabbat. It's dark, it's raining this weekend, but it's not yet. It's sort of the calm before the storm here. We've got our angels with us. We've got all of you with us. It's good to be together. We'll bring a little bit of extra light into our midst with candle lighting. I want to invite up Judy Sack and her daughters, Deb Sack and Barbara Olowski, to lead us in candle lighting. Page 2. turn to Kiddush as we sanctify this holy day of Shabbat over a cup of wine or juice. And if I see some kids here, come on up. We have some juice for you. Don't be shy. Come on. I see you.
Oh, here they come. Good ones.
I can barely hear them coming. They're tiptoeing up to the bima. All right. Page 5.
All right. Ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'rantzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom tefillah l'mikra'ei kodesh zecher l'siyat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava u'veratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
L'chaim. Continue on page 20. Words of L'chadodiv. We'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Rising and facing the entrance for verse 9.
Shema
Chatzi Kaddish, page 26.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, מעלמי דברכרותי, וימליך מלכותי, וחייכון ויומכון, וחיי לכל בית ישראל. בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם לעולמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירם בעלמי
Continue with Baruch Hu, our call to prayer, page 28. The end of Kabbalat Shabbat and the beginning of Mariv, the evening service, is the moment traditionally when mourners would enter the community. They're not supposed to delight in the joy of Kabbalat Shabbat, of welcoming Shabbat, and are welcome especially. So we offer these traditional words to those who perhaps have come tonight from a house of mourning. Hamakom yenachem etchem betoch sha'ar avelei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. May God comfort you and all those who mourn in Zion and Jerusalem. Our service continues on page 32 with words of love, words of unending, everlasting love, Ahavat Olam. Page 32.
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. אהבת עולם, בית ישראל,
Tfilat Olam. Beit Yisrael, Amcha Ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta.
Page 34, words of Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Shem kevod malchuto, leolam va'ed.
Be seated. Let's join together the words of the V'ahavta. We'll chant together on page 36. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta ba'am v'shivtecha b'beitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech u'shofbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot ben einecha u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'yisharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, amen. The words of Micha Mocha, our song of redemption, our song of freedom, page 40.
Torah
ידע אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני.
Turn the page, continue singing, this time our nighttime prayer, Hashkivenu. Thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night. Eternity utters a day. If you're able, please rise for the meditation on page 46.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zocher Chasei Avot Imahot U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Leman Shmo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayeh HaKol atah Rav leHoshia Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofeh Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Vishenei Afar Michamocha Bal Gevurot Umidom Melach Melech Memit Umechayek Umatzliach Yeshua Ve'eman atah lachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh hakol Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh U'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God.
To say that there is a lot of uncertainty in our world right now is probably a gross understatement. Wars raging in Israel and Ukraine, a disturbing rise in anti-Semitism all around us. Yet another mass shooting, this time at a Super Bowl parade in Kansas City. Loved ones who face serious illness. It can all sometimes feel unbearable. I don't know about you, but I often find myself feeling gutted and tossed about like a boat that's lost its moorings. In the midst of all of this difficulty and chaos in our world and our lives today, how can we find ways to ground ourselves in this world of uncertainty? We find one answer in our Torah portion this week, Parshat Truma. In Parshat Truma, we read all about the details for the construction of the Mishkan, the mobile sanctuary in which the tablets with God's laws will reside. In the midst of the uncertainty of what will become 40 years of wandering through the desert, the Mishkan becomes the Israelites' focal point for God on earth, a concrete symbol of our faith that we can look at whenever we might feel doubt. In a couple of weeks, we read of another response to uncertainty, as the Israelites construct a golden calf while Moses is at the top of Mount Sinai receiving the law. Understanding the danger in worshiping things as gods, but recognizing the Israelites' need for something tangible and concrete to calm their fears and to direct their focus, God mandates the construction of an elaborate Mishkan with gold and silver and fine linens and, yes, dolphin skins. It was a project that engaged the entire community in building something sacred. Everyone whose heart moved them could give and give generously. In fact, it became such a powerful campaign that the artisans later had to tell the people to stop bringing gifts because they had had too much. But when instructing the Israelites to build the Mishkan, God tells the people, Asu li mikdash v'shochanti betocham, make me a sanctuary that I might dwell among them. As much as the Israelites brought gifts to construct the Mishkan is in many ways a gift from God to the people. God is to dwell within and among the people, not limited to a specific place. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, picking up on this notion, teaches that Judaism is a religion of time, aiming at the sanctification of time rather than the sanctification of places. The rhythm of Jewish life teaches us to look at the blessings we have in our lives right now, to remain conscious of the concrete moments of certainty present in each day, each week, and each year. Jewish tradition recognizes this struggle to find concrete things to hold on to in our lives. If we look to our tradition, we can learn how to find reassurance even in our most uncertain times. As a people, our historical memory shapes our identity, and we collectively yearn for the fulfillment of redemption. But our liturgy, our rituals, and our calendar remind us to pay attention to the concrete things around us, preventing us from being consumed by the uncertainty of an unknowable future. The Talmud offers at least one daily routine for recognizing the concrete elements in our own lives. The rabbis teach that every morning, at the moment we wake up, we should thank God. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tahorahi. God, the soul you have placed in me is pure. We begin each day and acknowledge that we are blessed to be able to begin. We begin from a place of gratitude. This text goes on to explain that there is a blessing that corresponds, in fact, to every action of awakening, for hearing the sounds around you, for opening your eyes, for putting on your clothes, for tying your shoes, for the ability to stand firmly on the ground, for all of the things that today, in that moment, are concrete. Our Reformed prayer books call this collection of blessings Nisim B'chol Yom, everyday miracles. And there are miracles around us every day, not just in our prayer books or in the places that we pray. The fact that we woke up, got out of bed this morning, and drove here in our cars is a tremendous blessing. It is miraculous. Our tradition recognizes the importance of finding opportunities to bring holiness into our lives, to take hold of the concrete moments that occur every day, moments of absolute certainty. While we cannot know what tomorrow may bring, we can celebrate the fact that we woke up this morning, that we are surrounded by family and friends. We give thanks for our bodies and our ability to move and feel and open our eyes for as long as we have them. Each day we say the same blessing as the day before, but we constantly change and evolve and grow, returning to the same rituals every day in new ways. As Heschel writes in The Sabbath, Judaism teaches us to be attached to holiness in time, to be attuned to sacred events, to learn how to consecrate sanctuaries that emerge from the magnificent stream of a year. The Sabbaths are our great cathedrals. As a great cathedral in time, Shabbat is a weekly marker of the passing of time. Shabbat reminds us to remain present. While Shabbat is said to offer a glimpse of the world to come, it is less about the distant future than the practice of regularly marking where we are at the end of each week. Shabbat can be the weekly moment of certainty that punctuates even the most uncertain times in our lives. On Shabbat, we can model the future as we'd like to see it while sitting around our Shabbat table. Before we light the candles, we can acknowledge the value of gathering together with family and friends. We can take a moment to offer blessings to our children, not based on their accomplishments or critical of their shortcomings, but blessing them for simply being. Before we sanctify the wine, we can go around our Shabbat table and share some of our accomplishments from the past week. Before we bless the challah, we can check in to see what is happening in the lives of our families and friends. The commandment to remember Shabbat and keep it holy gives us the gift of a concrete focal point, week in and week out. Every week, while our rituals remain the same, we continue to change. We have finished assignments, learned new things, met new people, visited new places. It is easy to get caught up in all of the uncertainty in our lives. But the rhythm of Jewish life gives us anchors of certainty throughout the year. The holidays on the Jewish calendar occur every year, and although we change from year to year, we are never in the same place twice. The holidays can be our anchor in time. We constantly evolve physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Shabbat always starts on Friday night and ends on Saturday night. But how we spend that day can change from week to week, from year to year. Shabbat can be our Mishkan, keeping us focused on that island of certainty from week to week, allowing us to move forward without drowning in a sea of uncertainty. The rhythm of Jewish life offers so many opportunities to look at the world around us, to look at the way we live our lives and the choices we make, to recognize the daily miracles in our lives while acknowledging our tasks at hand. Back to the Mishkan. The 13th century commentator Ramban, also known as Nachmanides, asserted that the Israelites weren't actually ready for the instructions for the tabernacle, the Mishkan, until after their encounter with God at Sinai. It was only after experiencing the holiness of the divine, face to face, says Ramban, that the Israelites were themselves holy enough for God's sanctuary to dwell among them. And the first thing God commands after the 10 Commandments was the tabernacle. As Ramban says, that there should be among them a house dedicated to God's name. And opening themselves up to the possibility of holiness, they became ready to carry with them a concrete symbol that would always remind them of God's and their holiness. Ve'asu li mikdash v'shochanti betocham. If you create space in your heart and in your lives to let holiness in, you too will be a vessel for bringing holiness into this world. Shabbat shalom.
Our thoughts now turn to those who are in need of healing of body or spirit. We will be singing Healer of the Brokenhearted, which is on your sheet, which I hope you received. And tonight we are especially holding in our hearts Jeannie Anderson, Racha Bat Dvora, Mark Cohn, Ron Cote, Abigail Covert, Diane Denenberg, John Devine, Toby Ellman, Nancy Fogel, Marty Gelman, Selena Glader, Barbara Heiken, Moritz Huppert, Aaron Levinson, Leslie Mervite, Sophia Palasban, Harvey Rabin, Bobby Rosenkrantz, Marvin Schwartz, David Baruch Ben Simona, Julie Sutcliffe, Steve Ware, and Larry Wortman. If there's someone that you're praying for tonight, please share their names with us.
Charlie Rothschild.
We hold them in our hearts as we sing these words. We continue with Aleinu L'Shabeach on page 282. If you're able, please rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, l'ateit kedula l'yotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo zamanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol ha'olam, v'anachnu koreim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu.
Page 287.
V'ne'emar
You can be seated. We prepare for the prayer of memory, page 290. It is a fearful thing to love what death can touch. A fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be and oh to lose. A thing for fools this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me. Your laugh once lifted me. Your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing, to love what death has touched. As I say the name of your loved one, please rise in their honor. We'll then have a chance for other mourners to share the names of their loved ones before we all join together in the words of Kaddish. This week, the Bethlehem community is mourning the loss of Dale Prinstein, niece of Toby Kay, Ava Monastersky, our member, Sandra Martyr Maoz, sister of Rabbi Shelley Martyr, aunt of Betsy and Mike, and Rabbi Rachel and Rabbi Hilly, great aunt of Maisie, Judah, Oz, and Ami, and Susan Farber, mother of our member Emily Nagankar, mother-in-law of Harsh. We're observing Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning, for Arthur Barnes, Dorothy Rosenthal, Margaret Marge Greenstein, Kathy Stern, and Robert Pan. And we are observing the yahrzeit this week, the anniversary of death of Hilda Abramson, Alan Alderman, Scott David Aronowitz, Jackson Bediak, Daryl Behrman, Janice Beiser, Henda Ben Yaakov, Joel Bennett, Arkady Berenberg, Gerald Berner, Harold Brook, Adele Mermelstein-Brown, Eugenia Budak, Max Cantor, Sylvia Chesson, Laura Cohn, William Crankshaw, Fran Eisenstadt, Joanne Elovich, Isidore Elster, Jack Elster, Linda Foldetta, Jerome Fox, Rebecca Gelman, Abe Gerber, Eleanor Gershman, Abraham Gershman, Letty Lou Haber Gilbert, Harold Glick, Esther Goldbaum, Lena Goldberg, Rose Rubenstein Gordon, Melvin Grace, Ernestine Hendel, Stephen Hallert, Henry Hirsch, Babette Kabak, Annette Kahn, Marcia Kelman, Audrey Casper, Benedict Katz, Solomon Chozioski, Helen Kraus, Robert Lehrman, Ruth Lavar, Irving Levinson, Grace Lewis, George Luft, Jacob Merzer, Sidney Miller, Barbara Mendel, Henry Mose, Louise Nikravesh, Sally Nissim, Jim Oshry, Naum Pebsner, Lucille Poteet, Marina Ratner, Erwin Remsen, Florence Rosenberg, Samuel Schatz, Rose Schneider, Harriet Schnur, Sidney Schwartz, Rose Schwartz, Judith Shane, Joseph Shatsky, Richard Allen Shatton, Alan Spall, Elaine Schulman, Janessia Schwartz, Loretta Silberman, Leota Silton, Amelia Taub Smerling, Mickey Tillman, Marvin Stark, Arnold Stern, Sam Strober, Joseph Taub, Ida Tepper, Sylvia Toder, Walter Walkie, Bernice Whitman, and David Zorenstein. If there's someone else that you're remembering tonight, please share their names with us. We especially acknowledge those who are mourning the loss of a parent in this first year of mourning. We turn to the words of Kaddish on page 294. Please rise. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divra chirute ve'amlich malchute. V'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach leolam olalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. v'yit hadar, v'yit aleh, v'yit halal, shemed kudsha b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbichata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. Together we say. And before we close, I will tell you about our tzedakah. I will not tell you about our tzedakah. What's our tzedakah, Rabbi John?
Our tzedakah this month is an amazing organization called Yad L'Yad, which is an organization in Israel that is working to build bridges as we continue to heal since the Hamas attack on Israel on October 7th. It's an organization that works specifically with schools in mixed communities, being Arab and Jewish communities within Israel, in Haifa, in Jaffa, in other places in the Galilee, trying to build bridges there. We know the work that they do is super important. So there's a tzedakah box when you walked in. You can donate online if you can Venmo Beth-Am if you're streaming. And we ask you to be as generous as possible to support people on the ground that are really doing the work of peace. I also just want to, if you may, a big welcome to the parents of Rabbi Heath Wattenmaker, who are joining us all the way from Los Angeles on this Shabbat. It's nice to see you here as always. So.
We also want to thank Marissa for joining us on the Bima and sharing her lovely voice with us and enriching our Shabbat. We will close with...
And Ken and Russell as well.
Yes, I'm so sorry, guys. You know, I should never take you for granted. Ken and Maury and Russell Norman, wonderful accompanists. And we will conclude with our song for Truma, V'asuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham, make for me a sanctuary.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Gracias.